the SABC News launches a show called G20 Focus for the next 3 months. G20 Focus will be breaking down the complex issues that the G20 is grappling with, along with various local and international newsmakers. The show will go live every Sunday on the SABC News Channel, SABC2, SABC Lehae, and of course you can also find it on the SABC Plus app, and you can stream it live over there from about 8:30 to 9:30 every Sunday evening. To tell us about the show and what it has in store for us is its host, Thulasizwe Simelane, who joins us now. Thulas, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. I'm here because you're there because I'm here, but we're both here now. Tell us about G20 Focus, the format, the aim, and how the team will treat it.
Good afternoon, Oliver. It feels great to be on this side of the desk and being the one interviewed and looking all casual and relaxed on a Sunday afternoon. But this is perhaps the calm before the storm, because immediately in the evening, later on at 8:30, we go live with G20 Focus. This is the show that seeks to really focus on the agenda of the G20 and make what is a global conversation, make it relatable to South Africans, to Africans across the continent, make the global to be relatable and local. So we launched today, and I think naturally we had to launch with an episode that breaks down the ABCs of the G20. What is the G20? What does it do? Who are its members? And what are some of the key agenda items on the global stage that they seek to drive? And to help us do that, we'll have a panel of 3 experts that will be joining us. They'll include the sous chef of South Africa's G20 presidency, that is Ambassador Thulasizwe Simelane, who will be joined by William Carew from the AU's ECOSOC, that is the Economic, Social and Cultural Commission, as well as Dr. Philani Mthembu. Basically, we'll just go through the basics of who is the G20. Is it an organization in the sense of a fully fledged organization, or is it a forum? And what does this forum pursue, and how successful has it been in pursuit of the agendas that it seeks to drive? You'll know that during its presidency, South Africa has foregrounded solidarity, equality, and sustainability. And interestingly, Oliver, sustainability is something that seems to be a thread that runs through much of the work that G20 members drive and the various countries champion during their presidency of the G20. So that's the launch episode this evening.
Solidarity is the controversy in that 3-pronged theme. Of course, President Trump having expressed his thoughts on that. Solidarity with who and with what? It must be the new woke, he said, that is, galvanizing against, mobilizing against the U.S. I would imagine that's to also be a controversy for the next 3 months that will have to be addressed, particularly when we take a look at the splintering of multilateral organizations in different directions.
Spot on, Oliver. And that's part of the conversations I'm looking forward to having with the sous chef, Ambassador Mabongo, because the risk at a forum like the G20 Leaders Summit is that the geopolitical tensions can overshadow what is historic and crucial work that the G20 does, right? Because the G20, the work it does is not confined to the moment. Yes, sometimes it responds to what the moment calls for. So for instance, when there was the financial crisis in 2008, it was an important forum at which compromises and plans could be hatched that could be implemented by individual countries to help countries come out of that particular difficult moment. But its work is mostly medium to long term. For instance, there's a lot of intersection between what the G20 does and the Sustainable Development Goals. And in fact, the G20 has adopted the SDGs into their own mode of working. So the risk exists that the current geopolitical issues could, if they are not maintained and controlled, threaten to overshadow what's on the agenda. So that's part of what I'm looking forward to hearing more from Ambassador Mabongo about. We know, for instance, that the United States, who are the next president of the G20, have not really participated to a great extent in many of the meetings, the stream meetings that have taken place. For instance, the foreign ministers meeting, and then you saw also a bit later on the finance track. It's not been participation at the highest levels. And we heard a few days ago, I think it's two days ago, the confirmation by President Donald Trump that it will be the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, who will be attending the G20. So it's all of that and the intrigue of having in the same room such a diverse group of global leaders who don't always agree. In fact, in many instances, who are competitors, because this is a diverse forum. So that's part of what we look forward to discussing.
Yeah. Thulasizwe Simelane, thank you so much for that. Really do appreciate it.